Sweet. Great. We're going to talk about distractions today. So, you're Ian. You're interviewing me about distractions in the area of ethics. So, what do I do when I temporarily lose my focus and feel overwhelmed with pursuing things? Well, first of all, I express it. If I can find someone trusted that I can talk to, that helps a lot. And Ian's one of the guys I talk to. My wife is another one. She's probably the go-to one. Have to be careful about that to make sure I don't overwhelm her. But I found three questions. This is in that this is actually military dogma. It came out of Vietnam. The movie when we were soldiers highlights the general who was the commander who invented these three things. When I'm overwhelmed, if I can get the answer to three questions: what's going on, not just what seems to going on, what's really going on, what isn't happening. So that's the first question: what's going on, what isn't going on. The second one is what can I do about it, and the third one is what I can't do. What can't I do about it? And if I can clear my mind a little and figure out, okay, I'm feeling totally overwhelmed, what's really happening, and what does just seems to be happening in my mind, and separate those two things. Sometimes it's just my health. Sometimes it's as simple as Ted, go to the gym, get a little adrenaline flowing through your veins, and you're not going to be so overwhelmed. And then what can I do about it, and what can't I do about it? And then I focus on what I can do about it. So, trying to stay in that space. And if I have the answer to why I'm here, I have this inner clock of like, I basically choose to pursue something because I'm like, this needs to be pursued so much that it's worth pursuing, even if I fail dismally. When I have that, it's like a superpower. It's like, okay, I have to go for this because this is so worth trying that I would much rather try and fail abysmally than just leave this option on the table as never having been tried. So that's me.
Okay.
So now, Nigel, what do you do when you're overwhelmed?
I'm gonna keep this short and succinct, which is unlike me a lot of the time. Okay. The first thing I think anytime something happens like that is vent. I think you need to get it out. You need to venting is an important thing. And sometimes you vent alone, sometimes you have people who are genuinely willing to just listen, but you get it out, you vent. And once the venting is done, you reset. And however it is you reset. Like Ted said, you go to the gym, you take a walk, whatever it is, but you reset, you step away from the issue. And then you refocus. Now, this can happen in rapid succession, but this is what is important. You refocus on a solution to what would make this better. And then after that, it becomes execute. So, vent, refocus, then execute. Vent, refocus, execute. Because I think you gotta get the minutia out the way. You gotta get get that done. Say, okay, what's the issue? How am I gonna approach it? And then you execute.
Excellent.
But that's me.
Love it. Gabe.
Yes.
That was excellent. How do you vent, refocus, and execute? Or what do you do?
So, when I have trouble in the realm of entrepreneurship and stuff like that, and I need advice, I go to people like you, Ted, and Ian. And also my father. I would say my father more than anyone else, just because he's built a successful tech company and done all that stuff. And he's probably the closest one to me. It's just walk upstairs and ask him for help. And so also I would say another one is Google. Google's pretty good with helping when you have any questions or frustrations and you need a way to figure it out or anything like that. If your dad doesn't have the answer, Ian and Ted don't have the answer, then you can search Google and try and find the answer. But yeah,
I love it.
That's my response.
I love it. That mindset change, that all the knowledge, the world's changed. All the knowledge we need is out there. And I love that. If we that's funny. We've had Google for all these years, and I still don't think we really have made the mind shift. I mean, your generation more than us. That every knowledge you need is out there. If you could just figure out how to search it.
Yeah, it's just a matter of extracting it, basically.
That's great. All right. Now, Gabe, ask Ian what he does when he's distracted.
All right, Ian, how you doing? Ian's in Puerto Rico. When you temporarily lose your focus or feel overwhelmed about your family, who do you turn for advice, or what questions do you ask yourself about family?
Well, I'm very fortunate to have my parents, so I can turn to them for family stuff. If it's regarding my kids, I try to turn to my kids first. I actually have found that when it comes to family, whoever I'm trying to deal with, they will likely help me come to the best solutions. So if I'm having an issue with one of my boys or both my boys or their mom, then the best thing is for me to go to one of my boys, both my boys or their mom, and to seek their answer. Why are they doing something? Why are they acting a certain way? What do I misunderstand? I try to, I think a big thing with family, when it comes to focus and being overwhelmed, is to believe the best and not assume the worst. Because if you do that, you lose people's impressions of you, then you can go to them and work things. The biggest thing I do is to be focused, is spend time with them. Right? Like that's the thing I can also do, just more time with them. The less overwhelmed I'll be about, and the more focused I'll be on like prioritizing them. I think kids don't love TIME. So spend time with my kids, ask them what they think about what's going on, let them speak into the process, listen to me speak, get down on my knees, eyeball to eyeball, looking back and looking up at me. And instead of being overwhelmed about them being a problem or me being a problem, like not even their dad, just choose to be grateful, thankful, including them, come to good solutions. So, anyways, I just arrived an hour ago to the airport, and being very excited to hold them on. I love to hear this is where I come to headquarters is at, and I have several important meetings. It's a great week here for companies. Big, huge fireworks going off in my store right now. And Nigel, I'm gonna let you wrap up our interview and say goodbye to everybody. We've got to get in 2 days, and then I'll be poolside, looking at the bay. And for now, I'm glad that at least jumped on it. So I was wondering, actually, why you wrapped up. Yes. Okay. I think this was really good. I got some very good feedback and data from all of you, which I think is helpful to add to the repertoire, if you would, of how you deal with loss of focus. And with all the information we have out there now, I think these are important things for us to just to be reminded of, because I think a lot of these things we know, but we don't always utilize all the things that are at our disposal. So getting these additional perspectives was super helpful. Definitely took a lot away from this, and appreciate the time and the audience. So until next time, which will be Thursday, when we meet again. And Gabe, do you know what the topic is on Thursday? Because I don't know it off the top of my head. Do you happen to have it?
The topic on next Thursday is what advice you would give someone in comparison to advice you might have received, and what advice should someone ignore.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So Thursday, what advice? It is going to be all about advice. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention VoiceCon.live on July 29th and 30th, happening on Clubhouse, where we'll be talking about the intersection between voice and technology. So to my friends, Ted, Ian, and Gabe. I appreciate you, and thank you for spending some time and sharing your wisdom